clouds submerged, that's a roll up. Any K locked and on sight when the Nets came. Watch a nigga spray for separate words when the Nets say. Did what we had to do, full for the sensei. Full body control, did whatever the sensei. Now our numbers together, shot up like the Kempe. Linked up with the Pops, the Don Perry, young way. Yeah, healing back at the olive tree. 2 branches unchained like former parolees. Feet shot with the word cracking the concrete. Unity means an increase, that's how it should be. That's right. Yeah, blood thick in the water combined. We could build, call the Lord to heat up the mortar. Joshua 6 united, it's an all-out slaughter. Sons of Judah and Eve from all the sides of the altar.
I think you said you was woke, right? And we tend to throw that statement around like I'm woke because it's trendy now to know you're an Israelite. It's a trendy thing, but being an Israelite is more than just knowing it. You gotta apply it. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Because when you awake, you're supposed to awake unto something. You know what I'm saying? When you come back to knowing who you are, then God requires certain things of us, knowing that we are the Israelites. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Awake to righteousness.
So read that again.
Awake to righteousness.
The Bible say awake to righteousness. Not just say awoke and I know I'm Israel. It says awake to righteousness. Give me Deuteronomy 6:25. Hold what you got. What is the righteousness that we are supposed to awake to? Because guess what? In our communities, in the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native community, you know what we are dead to? Gang violence.
That's right.
Right? Fornication in our communities. Now they push a homosexuality down our throat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We celebrating Christmas. Y'all know that rapper in LA, I think it's called, his name is Red Indian Red or something like that. Y'all saw he got shot on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? Cold-blooded. Y'all saw that? So that's what we're dead to. We're dead to violence. We don't know who we are, really, if you're not applying these laws. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
Read.
If we observe to do all these commandments.
It said, it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments. So you're not woke until you start applying the commandments. You understand, my brother?
Yes, right.
So when you say you woke, that means you keeping the commandments. Finish that off?
Before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
So go back to 1 Corinthians 15:34. Read it again.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Awake to righteousness.
Awake unto righteousness. When you wake up, you waking up, oh, I'm about to go get my fringes. Okay, I'm going to pull my pants up because you ain't supposed to be sagging your pants. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take the blonde out my hair. I'm going to put on a longer dress. I'm going to put on a dress, right? We're going to come back to our customs and our heritage that we lost through this. Okay, because we had a heritage, like the soldier was just bringing out. We had a heritage. We had traditions and customs that we kept before we became slaves. Do we really know our history outside of slavery, before slavery? Tell me what y'all know. Nothing. You know anything, sister?
I mean, a little bit just from like Roots and other movies and stuff.
That's all we know.
Also, it was fabricated.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Told this, we won't actually know about it.
Yeah, we won't.
Forced to learn the
Yeah, all we know that we picked cotton and that we were slaves, and our last names are the names of our slave masters.
Right.
But we don't know our history prior to that. Did y'all know that we ruled Europe at one point in time? We was called the Moors.
That's right.
Yeah, we ruled Europe at one point in time for over 1,000 years. A lot of people think Europe is a white man's country. No, it's not. That was our. Matter of fact, the whole entire planet belonged to us.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we was the kings of the earth. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 4 and start at verse, 4 or 5? Start at verse 5, I believe.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold.
Start at verse 4.
Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God
Read.
are alive, every one of you this day.
Read.
Behold, I have taught you the statute.
Come on.
Behold, I have taught you statutes, and judgments.
So God taught us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, statutes and judgments, meaning our heritage. Read.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me,
Read.
that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it.
Read on.
Keep therefore and do them.
So the things that God told us to do in the Bible, long time ago, because believe it or not, y'all remember that story about Moses leading the children of Israel through the Red Sea? Those are our ancestors.
That's right.
That's our forefathers and foremothers. Those are our people. Read that again.
Keep therefore and do them.
So he said, keep the laws and do them. Read.
For this is your wisdom.
This is our wisdom. So my sisters, when y'all have a dress on, that is your wisdom.
Right.
My brothers, when you got your fringes on, you got a beard, and you got your pants pulled up, that is your wisdom. Read.
Right.
And your understanding.
And your understanding. Read.
In the sight of the nation.
In where?
In the sight of the nation.
See, when the nations see us dressing like God told us to dress, when the nations see us keeping our customs and our traditions, read that part again.
And your understanding.
Read it from the top. Come on.
Keep therefore and do them.
Read.
For this is your wisdom.
This is our wisdom. Read.
And your understanding.
And our understanding
In the sight of the nation.
in the sight of the nations. So, when the other nations, such as the white man, the Chinese man, the Arabs, see us not keeping God's laws, they know we're not a wise people. That's why they prey on us.
That's right.
Because they know we still sleep. When they see our sisters, when the Arab man see our sisters walking in the store, they got their tight pants on, they looking all, sexual. Guess what them Arab boys be doing? They be hollering and they be getting some booty from them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When you young boys walk outside, I see y'all got dreads on, but when the white man see y'all, guess what he think? It's just another thug I'm about to take out today.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Bring it up.
Even with your own brothers, when y'all walk outside with your dreads, you're not saying it's a sin to have dreads, but it's a stigma on our black men when we look a certain type of way. Let me show you something. Give me Sirach 19:29. I'm going to show you what I mean. How much important it is for us to dress a certain type of way. I'm going to show you what I mean. Come on. Sirach 19:29. Read.
Sirach chapter 19 verse 29.
Uh-huh.
A man may be known by his look.
Read that again.
A man may be known by his
The
look.
Bible say a man may be known by the way he look.
That's right.
People can look at you and tell what type of spirit you're rolling in. Read.
And one that have understanding by his countenance.
And one to have understanding by his countenance, by his face. Read.
When thou meetest him,
Uh-huh.
a man's attire.
A man's a what?
Attire.
A man or a woman's attire, meaning your clothing. Read.
And excessive laughter.
And excessive laughter. Read.
And gait.
Uh-huh.
Show what he
And
is.
show what you are. So when the other nations see us and they see us not acting, dressing appropriately according to God's laws, they know we're not ready to get our kingdom back. Therefore, they're going to prey on us. Therefore, they're going to keep us in the midst of sin. Give me Jude 5:20. We got to come back to the true understanding of the Bible. Because guess what? We have never learned it in the Christian church. You went to church? You go to church? You go to church? You go to church? You go to church? Y'all ain't never learned the Bible in your entire lives.
That's
I'm going to tell you straight. You go to Sunday school, with Wednesday night prayer Bible study, right? Y'all ain't learning the Bible. I'm going to tell you straight.
Right.
We reading the Bible where the people in the Christian church, they're reading the Bible through the eyes of white folks.
That's right.
Because you know what they gave us in slavery? Which image did they say Jesus Christ looked like in slavery? Which one? Point to it. Huh? This one right here. So guess what? Behind this picture becomes their doctrine, their gospel, that everybody can be saved. That ain't what the Bible talking about. Read that. The book of Judith,
chapter 5 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor,
read on.
if there be any error in this people.
So these are the other nations conspiring against us. They know if there's any error in our nation, read,
and they sin against their God.
and we sin against our God. Let me ask you a question, my brother. What is sin according to the Bible?
Things that are not God.
Huh?
Things that are not of God.
Things that are not of God. What about you, my brother?
I would like to say, I'm not following the commandments.
Say it again.
I'm not following the commandments.
Not following the commandments. I like that answer. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Whosoever committed sin, transgression also the law.
You hear that? Whosoever commits sin, you are transgressing God's law. Christian church, Creflo Dollar, he pushes not to keep the law.
Right.
But our people are in the midst of sin.
Right.
Read that from the top again.
Whosoever committed sin,
Whosoever commits sin, read.
transgresseth also the law.
You break God's laws, read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
You got to put emphasis on is. Read it again.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of God's laws. Y'all understand? Now go back to Jude 5 and 20. Okay, you got to hold it. So when we're in the midst of sin, the nations know that we are destroying people. They know they can continue to conquer us. Read.
Jude chapter 5 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor,
Read.
if there be any error in this people,
Read on.
and they sin against their God,
And we break God's laws. Read.
let us consider.
Let the other nations, let the white man consider, let the Arab man consider. How is it that we in the hood, we go in the hood, and every gas station, there's Arabs running the store?
Right.
When back in the 90s, black men used to run the stores in the hood.
That's right.
Am I right or wrong?
We have Black Wall Street.
We had Black Wall Street, right? How is it that we don't own no more businesses no more? Read on.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So when we're in the midst of sin, the nations consider that we can ruin these people. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Read on.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
So you hear that? The Bible say if there is no sin, listen, sister. Listen, you got a question. I'm gonna come to your question because I know you got a question. Read that part again.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
But if there's no sin, meaning no law breaking in the nation of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Let us leave them alone. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Because when we're in righteousness, God fights for us.
Right, that's right.
Y'all see we getting killed left and right. We the highest in the AIDS rate. All the STDs, we number one in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no Chinese boy getting shot by the police, getting a knee on his neck by the police. That's happening to us. So what is that telling us? God is not fighting for us right now because we're in the midst of sin as a nation.
Right.
Y'all understand? Now, what's your question, my sister?
I know you quoted the fact that blacks owned stores in the hood in the 90s, but that wasn't always the case either. Growing up in LA, no, did not see.
Okay, well, in your demographic, that may have been the case. You know what I mean? So, but I know in most areas here in North Carolina, in the more country roads, because I'm a country boy, right? No country roads, black people own those small little mom and pop shops.
Right, that's it.
You know what I mean? But now, when we come to the little mom and pop shops that we think our people will be in, you got Arab men in there. I'm talking about a totally dominant black neighborhood. There's one Arab boy selling all his products.
Right.
Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, took up houses and land, and then they come profited off us and take the money back over there to Palestine and Iran and Saudi Arabia and all the places like that.
Right.
Cause they know we destroyed.
Right. That's right.
And another thing is we don't know our worth.
That's right.
We don't know what we mean to God. Give me Deuteronomy 76.
Bring it out. Teach up.
We don't know what we mean to God. We think we a bunch of niggas, spits. We think we caught Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. The sisters want to be WAP. They want to twerk all day on Instagram. They want to be the next basketball wives. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers want to be the next Amigos, the Young Thug, the Lil Wayne. That's what we aspire to be. We ain't trying to be no righteous nation no more. We want to stay in the midst of wickedness. That's what we want to do because we don't know our worth. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Read it again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Bible says we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The people that he's talking about is the people that you see here on this sign. This is the nation of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you didn't know, my sister. So do you know your nationality?
I do.
So you know you're Israelite?
I know exactly what my DNA tells me. Exactly.
No, what the Bible say you are.
I mean, I am.
What the Bible say you are, sis?
I am.
Do you know?
A beautiful woman of God. That's how I feel.
Okay, but what nationality do the Bible describes you as?
Right.
That's fine.
Thank you.
What nationality do the Bible call you?
I mean, we are all a part of God. That's what I mean.
So with your answers, I ain't mean to cut you off. You telling me you don't really know. What about you, my brother? Let's go down the line. What's your nationality? You don't know either. See, he kept a straight answer. Read, what you got? Judas. This is what you know and you know, right? So, what's your father? So you're from the tribe of Gad. This is why we have the sign out here so you can identify who you are. Because like the soldier was bringing out, on this side is what we call here in the Americas.
Right.
This is what God called us in the Bible. So my sisters, if you are African American, you are from the tribe of Judah.
Bring it out.
That's the head tribe of the nation of Israel. That's the same tribe Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, is from.
That's right.
What part of the Bible did you find this in?
You read about this in Genesis 49, Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy chapter 33.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Now I'm gonna break down Judah for you so I can prove to you that's who he's talking about. He's talking about us. Y'all about to go? Hey, listen. Yeah, we got the flyers. I don't know if we got it in the cars, but my brother, when you say you won't, remember this. Next time, if Lord God is willing, if I were to ever see you again, you're gonna have your fringes on.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where to get them from.
Okay, you can get them from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. You can get them from Joann's. You can get them off Amazon. Okay, you get Blue Ribbon. You can go to Walmart, find a blue ribbon anywhere. You gotta put that on your clothes. You gotta get rid of the blonde hair.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't sag your pants. You gotta pull your pants. You can pull your pants up right now. All praise to the Most High. Let me show you that law. Give me seconds. Give me Isaiah 20 and 4. I'm gonna show you that law. This is what I'm talking about, sister. We gotta repent. Little small things like this, so the nation can stop destroying us.
Right.
So we can stop destroying each other. We gotta change. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 20 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
So shall the king of Assyria
Read.
lead away the Egyptians prisoners, and the Ethiopians captives,
Read.
young and old,
Read on.
naked and barefoot,
Naked and barefoot, he was taking them into captivity. Right? Read.
even with their buttocks uncovered.
Read. Even what?
Even with their buttocks uncovered.
So when the king of Assyria was taking the nations into captivity, he had their buttocks uncovered. Read.
To the shame.
To their what?
To the shame.
It's a shame to have your ass out.
That's right.
As a man. You heard that, brother? That's a shame. Read on.
Of Egypt.
Of Egypt. That's a shame to have walk around. Most of our boys walk around with their pants all the way down here like that, man. That's a shame. Because when you go in jail, you like that. You know what happens, right? But I'm just saying though, you say you ain't going for. A lot of brothers think they tough till they get behind the walls.
Right.
Not just the county.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What'd you say, brother? Yeah. So it's best to walk around decently and in order. You know what I'm saying? So when you say you won't, I can see that you won't. You know about the blonde hair? You know about the blonde hair?
No.
The law on that? Give me that. We got to show them. This is what we about.
That's right.
Because we try to heal our nations. You know what I mean? Our people do these things. What you got, bro? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, you feel me, like
13, give me Leviticus 13:29. Come on, man. 13:29. Go ahead, brother.
people in our world, you feel like they think that church is where you really find the real, but you gotta find places like this.
Right.
You feel me? Because church only go about a verse and then preach off what they know in their head.
Right.
This is going straight off the Bible, how it's supposed to be.
How it's supposed to be. Church is about praise and worship and paying your tithes.
Right.
It's a show. It's all about, it's a business. It's all about entertainment.
And that's what
And
we
then,
do.
so I'm saying, like, church don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So
It's all, they are intertwined with America.
That's,
Understand that. Read that. About the blonde hair.
Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29. If a man or a woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague.
Read.
And behold, if it be in the sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair.
If the priest, if he seen a plague and the color of it was a yellow thin hair, that's blonde hair. Read.
Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
He's what?
Unclean.
If you have yellow hair, God sees you as unclean.
That's right.
Read.
It is a dry scab, even a leprosy.
That is leprosy in the Bible. So when you doing it yourself, you're putting leprosy in your head.
That's right.
Read.
Even a leprosy upon the head or beard.
Read on.
And if the priest look on the plague,
Where you going, sister? Oh, read on. Go ahead.
and if the priest look on the plague of the scab,
Read.
and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin,
Read on.
and that there is no black hair in it.
What color hair?
Black hair in it.
If there's no black hair in it, read.
Then the priest shall shut him up that hath the plague of the scab 7 days.
See that? So you're supposed to have black woolly hair.
That's right.
Because when you put blonde hair in your head, give me Proverbs 3:31. That's what the Bible calls that envying your oppressor.
That's right.
Because white folks are born with blonde hair. They're born with blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Most Israelites are not born, majority, unless they are albinos, are not born that way. Read.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
The Bible says, do not envy your oppressor and do not choose none of his ways.
Right.
Meaning his hair color, his dress code, his holidays, okay, his church services.
That's right.
Okay, you live in this world, you pay your bills, but you don't follow the ways of the heathens.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what the Bible calls them, heathens. You follow the ways of your forefathers, the Israelites.
Right.
That's what you got to do. So when y'all leave here today, y'all need, okay, I got to examine. Go ahead.
The ones who paved the way.
As far, you said don't envy your oppressors.
Right.
As far as what our ancestors wore into now, so what would a suit be compared as? Because, you know, you got
Like a three-piece suit?
garments, you know, you got Arabic garments, you got Arabic, Muslim, Moor. You have all those other ones that have different garments.
Right.
Rather different than the ones that we normally 21st century have. So what would we do now that we're supposed to, or in the process of being woke? How would we change our garments?
I'm going to show you something. Deuteronomy 28:48.
The book of Deuteronomy.
Verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses talking to the Israelites in the wilderness. After we made the Exodus, we on our way to the promised land. And he's given us laws, statutes, and commandments to abide by once we got into the land. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. That all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
All these curses, read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses told the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if we didn't keep the laws, all these curses was going to come upon us, right? Right. We're under the curse right now. So give me verse 48.
Verse 48.
Going into the clothing. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So now we in servitude to our enemies. White man, Chinese, Arabs, okay, East Indian man,
Right.
they own all the textiles.
Right.
Read.
which the Lord shall send against thee.
And God sent them against us, read.
In hunger.
We have to depend on them for food. We don't own Food Line. White man own it.
Right.
We don't own this gas station. We want to get us a pack of M&Ms. White man own it.
Right.
Read.
And in thirst. And in nakedness.
What you say, my brother? I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
It was way harder. It was more about strength and unity.
Right. Back in the day, we were more together. You're right.
And about finding out how to get what you need out of the world and take care of the body.
Yeah, that's what we were
Take
about.
care of our women, take care of our
But we
children.
lost it. But listen, I want to finish this point though. Let me finish this point about the clothes. It's on the back of the flyer. Finish that off.
And in nakedness.
And in what?
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. We got to depend on our enemies for the clothes that we wear.
Right.
And in want of all things.
Everything you want, you have to depend on your enemy for it. So yeah, I mean, we have brothers that, you know, have corporate jobs, right? But they still might have their fringes on. They may tuck them in, you know, or sometimes some brothers wear them out.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.